Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. Uh, I was asked to shine light or shed a light on the issue of shingles. Now, what is shingles? The best way is to go to the experts of science, and as we read what they have to say, we are going to be right away shedding light on the issue, replacing science with science, or lie with the truth. So how do we do that? Well, let's go. Shingles. We are going here on the site of CDC, Cleveland Clinic, because they are the experts. So shingles is caused by varicella zoster zumzula, and the same zumzula that causes chickenpox. Okay, and there are treatments for shingles symptoms. Not to heal or eliminate it, but when you treat symptoms, you are treating what body shows you, and you are treating it by suppression. So let's go. And of course, you can get what do you call it? How would you call it without being censored? You can get protected against this zoonosis. Okay, so what is shingles? Is a zoonosis infection that causes outbreak with painful rashes, blisters on the skin, and basically these are the signs. The skin blisters, it is very, very similar to herpes, but it affects skin. Herpes affects mucosal, mucus tissue. So you will have it on lips, inside, outside of the lip, and you will have it on sexual organs where you have mucosal tissue. And when it appears on the skin, well, then we change the name. It's not herpes anymore. It's a shingles. Where does shingles come from? So the experts are explaining us the truth. When you have chickenpox as a child, your body fights off the varicella zoster zumzula, and the physical signs of chickenpox fade away. But the zumzula remains in your body, and as you get older, usually 50 and older, then your immune system is becoming lower. It's not anymore as strong, and this is where the eruption of shingles occur. Now here we have right away all the clues laid out. We know that zumzulas do not exist, and what zumzula actually is a toxin. Now all these toxins are patented, and you are being immunized against them as a child. So you receive the zumzula things, and what happens? You develop chickenpox. But then you are being told, can you just imagine what would happen if you would not have been protected? Man, you're so lucky. Well, when they protect you, this remains in the body, especially because we are being warned not to have salt, not to eat meat, so you don't replenish lost minerals, and to feast on greens that do not provide you with minerals. So what happens? What we are told, of course, the opposite, because we are told science, not science. So as we go along, we become more and more dehydrated, which makes it impossible for the body to start eliminating the toxins. Well, it does it, we urinate, we defecate, but not nearly as much as we should. when we live in this toxic environment, especially when we are so heavily protected. We are like 50, 60 of these, 70 of these protection Zumzula things. So what happens? Our toxicity is increasing. And there will come a point in the life that body starts, is being triggered to just shoot it out. It's vibration related. And you will have occurrence of these blisters. I explained, when we cannot detoxify correctly through urination or defecation, then the toxins still have to be offloaded from the blood. So the mechanism of the robot is designed that it offloads the toxins in the subcutaneous tissue, where there is a still flow of lymph and blood. And as the toxin is being released there, the skin is becoming very toxic. This is why we have these pimples, this is why we have rashes, psoriasis, all that crap is because of this thing. And now, as the skin always grows much faster than any other tissue, the cells are being replaced because skin is flaking, the dead skin is flaking off, the other cells underneath it are going up, and it's like a revolving system. So toxins being deposited here passively will eventually end up being outside without any additional loss of plasma from the body. So this is the mechanism. How you can detoxify without losing liquid. Now, of course, older you are, the more toxic you are. And especially if you have been so heavily protected, you have particular patented toxin, which will affect the area of a similar vibration. It's a different patent, it's a different vibration, so it will not affect your lips, your mucosal tissue, but it will affect skin. And also you will notice that usually where you have it, this is where it is going to be reappearing, because also it's a frequency related, but every part of the body vibrates differently. So this is why you have the shingles in one particular area. Usually where you sweat more, so it will be under the arm or side of the body here, but also will be very often on the face, neck area, between legs. Okay, so these are the areas where more sweat is coming out and more toxins being released, but also depending on the vibration where it is going to actually happen. So, how common is shingles? About 1 million cases of shingles are diagnosed every year in the United States. So, it's getting more and more common. I know my father had outbreak of shingles once when he was about 55, 60 years old. Who is at the risk getting shingles? Right away, hear from the horse's mouth. People who have had chickenpox, who are more likely to develop shingles, includes those with weakened immune system, where there's no such a thing of a weakened immune system. It's just increased toxic load. Because immune system is not what we have been told. Also, weakened immune system, what it means, drop of voltage in the body. That's the immune system. Voltage is our immunity. The higher cellular voltage you have, the more firm vibration you have, original vibration, and the more difficult it is to skew it with toxic influence of a wrong vibration. So of course, more toxic you are, more resistance to energy, more resistance to electricity, and weaker electric flow. We feel more tired, brain doesn't work so well, even eyes, organs, nothing works as well when we are toxic, because it causes resistance to electric flow. Low, and this low is also voltage. Plus, the cells cannot hold the voltage because they are toxic, acidic. Acidic cell discharges rapidly. It cannot hold the voltage heart is producing it. Also remember, if you are bothered by particular thoughts, you are transmitting particular frequency which could be related to part of toxic body and cause exacerbation of a problem. Of course, people over 50 are prone to this, who have been ill, toxic, who have experienced trauma, toxicity on emotional level, and who are under stress. Because we know emotional level, fear, or a lot of brain activity in form of thoughts is lowering voltage in the body, and this is lowering immunity. Immunity to maintain the frequency stable. Okay, they correctly inform us that a chicken pox zumzula does not leave your body after you have chicken pox. And I explain you why, because we have been guided into fear salt. And the salt that is given to us is heavily poisoned with mostly aluminum, or US pronounced aluminum oxide, which is white powder. And excuse that it's an anti-caking system, so salt can flow easier from the shaker, salt shaker. And of course, a toxic iodine, potassium iodine. These levels of iodine which are put in a salt are toxic by themselves, no matter what type of iodine you put. Everything we are told about iodine is lie, because it's misunderstanding. Iodine, as I explained, our body needs in micro doses, and you have it in everything. In every meat you eat, in plants, you have that level. But as soon as we increase this, it blocks cellular receptors. The cells start protecting themselves, they close membranes, and no more cellular debris is being cleansed from the cell, and blood remains cleaner, and we feel great, and we feel energized because there's no hydration going on, there is no cleansing going on, so we feel energized. And you see how great it is to drink and to smear the lugo, and you'll see you're so vibrant. Yeah, but on a cellular level, you are basically drying up, and this is going to cause major issues later on in life. Can you get shingles more than once? Of course you can. Okay, it's a type of cleansing that is being forced because you are saturated with particular toxin that you have been given, and your body does not really have option or opportunity to cleanse because you are kept on with the low levels of plasma in the blood. This is why all these people have so-called thick blood or polycythemia, because their blood is highly dehydrated. So, and since they cannot cleanse through urination and defecation, because that requires a lot of plasma. Remember, all urine is plasma that comes from your blood, which means water with minerals. You lose them. Body is trying to reabsorb everything it needs and eliminate surplus only and undesirable elements, but it cannot hold all the minerals, so you always have seepage. You taste the urine, it's always a little salty. But if you are well hydrated, and if you are, which means you have sufficient level of minerals, your urine is salty. Your blood has 9 grams of salt. Your blood is salty. Because of this, your tissue is salty. Your lymph is salty. And you are using this type of plasma that creates urine to eliminate. So it should be the same salinity, but it is not, because we are not providing the salt. So body is holding it and cannot really cleanse well. This is why we cleanse superficially. and we lose salt. So we have to replenish it, but we are told, no, salt, are you crazy? You're going to have water retention, you're going to have heart problems, inflammation. This is all because of salt. None of it is because of salt. None, zero. Again, we are just being brainwashed through science, and doctors are full of science, not realizing that we have been trained to create chronic problems and destroy human life. This is what medical school is all about. And this is why alternative medicine, and I don't mean supplement medicine, the alternative parts of medicine that uses the same science, I mean the tribal medicine, the medicine men. They have been systematically killed and eliminated, so the truth is destroyed. Because they know a completely different thing. They know you have to purge the body, you have to clean the stuff from the body, and body is going to perform well. It's going to heal. But this is why the first thing, what was done when European settlers were being spread around. Because face it, the whole system of slavery of the whole humanity, not the slavery is, slavery was always there, tribal stuff. You attack another tribe, you kill whom you want, who will be a problem, you get the beautiful women, and you get kids, boys that you can then train to be your warriors. And they become slaves first, and then you train them to fight for you. So this was always existing. But the modern slavery, we have a very small group of people that want to control, and we're controlling actually everything. We call them Cabal or Illuminati. There were several different fractions which then came together. So even the good ones, which were the Masons, the Templars, they joined them. Not all of them, but majority joined them. And from good guys became bad guys. So it's unfortunate. We are now destroying this. Well, they have been destroyed. It is now cleansing part. Now the Shitskis that we thought are the big honchos, like the politicians and the CEOs of companies, they were actually the slaves of the ruling class to take the blame. They are being picked up now. This is the last possible, and you cannot hide this anymore because it's visible, so now it's coming to the open. But the whole war was fought for years, and in a way that public was not aware of. Okay, it's necessary to know these things because we are being fooled on every level. And unless we know the truth, we are going to protect our executioners, which is crazy. And we have to raise our consciousness. And you cannot raise your consciousness if it is full of garbage, cannot work properly. So we have to get the truth, we have to cleanse so that we can open our heart, start the love fire from it, which illuminates them. Yourself, your family, your neighbors, and the whole planet. And it goes further. It goes through the universe. So, okay. Symptoms and causes. So, what are symptoms of shingles? Fever. Well, we know fever starts when toxicity of blood increases because this is how robot is created. By increased heat, it tries to shift some frequency. We know that some toxins become neutralized with the heat, but also creates a necessity of sweating, cooling system. And this is how you push toxins out of the body. Of course, if you have a lot of toxins, what happens when you're exposed to heat and the sunlight, when your skin is very toxic, you get blisters. Well, this is what you are getting, but you are not under influence of the sun, but your own heat and the high toxicity that you have. You get chills, fever, chills, this is connected. Headache, high blood toxic, you get headaches. Feeling tired, toxic blood, resisting flow of electricity. Electricity is your energy. You have a resistor put in, wow, you feel like, leave me alone, I gotta stay in a bed. Flu, you have flu symptoms. Sensitivity to light, and upset stomach. Yeah, because you are cleansing through mucosal tissue. You may get nausea when a lot of toxins, a lot of toxic mucus is formed as it cleanses your blood, but you also get diarrhea. That's all part of the cleansing through mucosal tissue. You may get phlegm, you may get runny eyes, runny nose. But then more of these things you have that you would say, okay, here's the flu. We know flu is caused by Zumzula, that nobody ever saw, nobody ever proved it exists. You cannot identify it because it doesn't exist. Okay, so all these names of these Zumzulas is a bogus because it's not a Zumzula of that kind. It is patented toxin from bioweapon. It's a bioweapon from biolabs, which now are being destroyed. A lot of them in Ukraine, some in China, plenty in the United States underground, and Puerto Rico, and around the world. Okay, so now, other signs and symptoms that appear a few days after, after the symptom starts appearing, itchy skin, tingling, burning feeling. Well, you are getting inflammation. And I explained, whenever you have a reddish skin, whenever you have some stronger symptoms of the skin, like eczema, this is inflammation caused by toxins coming out. Raised rash, so I explained that what happens, that the skin actually may be getting more layers to it, so it becomes rough. And then fluid-filled blisters, which this is what we actually call shingles. But you can call it also herpes, but in different part of the body. It's all Zumzula, bioweapon. How long does outbreak of shingles last? Well, it's same like herpes. From a week, but it could be up to 2 weeks, could be longer. But it's usually a week cleanse. Then it starts to subside, but then you have these lesions happening after the bubbles are bursting, and this all has to heal. So, it all depends how strong is the manifestation, how strong is the toxicity. Okay. Do you always get this typical rash when you have shingles? Well, not necessarily, because it all depends on a variety of factors, like the level of toxicity, the level of hydration, how much you are hydrated. Because if you are very, very dehydrated, you are not even going to get these blisters, because there is no plasma. Body doesn't want to lose it. You just get red skin, itchy, painful. You scratch it and you cause bleeding, and this is how you are forcing the toxin out. Okay, now, why does shingle appear mostly on one side or one area of the body? Well, because Zumzula travels in specific nerves. Well, this is not correct. It's about vibration. Affects mostly the tissue that vibrates closest to the vibration of Zumzula. Is shingle contagious? Not really. exchange of fluids, maybe, but I wouldn't say you can get it. You see, they rarely spread. Yeah, maybe a man and woman make love and they have a shingles, and then is one of them has a shingles and the other one is already toxic, and they're sweating and rubbing, and who knows, maybe, but I doubt. The only thing is that there's vibration also, and you get into auric field, but you may get a toxic frequency, but if you do not have that toxin that was put in your body to protect you, if you would not have it protected, then you don't have it in you. So your manifestation of the vibration is going to be different. And the most it can do is trigger maybe flu, but not really blisters in the same area. Now, diagnosis and tests. Then you CPR test which does not work. Okay, and how can you prove existence of something that does not exist, that was never isolated? They're not going to, well, they're telling you basically that they found the zunzula that is patented. Yeah, but it's not the zunzula the way they describe it. Because they cannot tell you, look, we made a toxic stuff that, we gave you, and now, because of what we gave you, now this is what is coming. They will not tell you this. And doctors are not aware of it because they think that, by giving you protection, they're immunizing you. They have no idea that they are actually poisoning you. I don't know if you remember, but years ago in Africa, bunch of doctors that work for the United Nations medical staff, they were put to jail in Africa because they were protecting children from AIDS, and children were coming massively with AIDS. So the doctors were accused of poisoning children. And they were startled. Oh, well, we are not, we are protecting. No schmucks. You are trained by Cabal to do what they tell you to do. So with a good heart, you go there, you think you are protecting when you are actually poisoning. Now, medications against zunzula. Acyclovir. Again, this is topical attack of toxin that is going to poison the skin so much that the cell closes down and they stop releasing the toxin. So they stop you from cleansing, basically, and symptoms go away. Okay. And then pain medications, like Tylenol, to suppress the painful feeling of touch. Inflammation caused pressure that acts on a nerve, and first resulting itch, and then as the pressure increases, the sensation of itchiness turns into sensation of pain. Okay, so now the rest. Now how long do you expect to be in hospital? This is all nonsense. And of course, there's possibility that it will come back, especially if you are treated by 007 agents, because they suppress it. So you have you feel better, symptoms go away. But since the process of cleansing was suppressed, your body remains toxic, skin remains toxic, and sooner or later this is going to come out again and again and again. And doctors just keep suppressing until they cannot suppress, and then we'll say, wow, you have autoimmune disease, your body just got berserk. Oh. Okay, they say that this can cause a damage to nerves, you get neuralgia, and then now how you treat neuralgia? Well, more medication, more suppression, more painkillers, because you only focus on symptom. You are not really helping the body to eliminate the toxin, so it heals itself. Okay, so this is about this health issue that, we call shingles. It's chronic toxicity expressed through the part of the body, through the skin, where most toxicity ended up, and also vibration related. And it is caused by intentional poisoning through protective measures that kids have been poked. Okay. You want to heal? Never ever go to see doctor. Never ever. Trust your creator. People are walking around with their Bibles, with their Qurans, with their Torahs, banging the wall, praying, trusting that God, Allah, Lucifer is protecting them, waiting for miracle. All these religions are created by the same people that control you, that want you dead. All of them. And they just make you passive. And you are taking it because you will be rewarded in the next life. Well, you have this life to live. It's a beautiful life, great experiences. We are making it into hell by people that control us. So don't do it. Refuse doctor's care. Yeah, you can go get checked up symptomatically on what they think you have, but any treatment that they give you is going to be more poisoning. The booklet of Zion tells you, well, poison them through food, and when they come to us to help them, we poison them some more. Well, this is why doctors go to school that is controlled by Kabbalah, reading from their books and spreading their wisdom onto population, poisoning them, killing them, making their lives miserable. Colleagues, doctors, wake up. So you want to heal, if you have opportunity to see a tribal shaman, tribal healer, go to Indian villages. If this is not opportunity, you live by sea, take a seawater, dilute it 3-to-1 with your potable water, and start drinking plenty of it. As soon as you start loading your body, you are diluting the blood, providing enough plasma, enough lymph and plasma for body to use to start eliminating toxins. It is programmed to do that. It will do it as soon as it has enough plasma. More plasma you give, you also should put more salt in it than required for your body, because you want to create excess, which triggers the body into detox. It has to eliminate the excess, and at the same time, it is eliminating undesirable element. And when blood is cleansed, the cells relax, open the membrane, so more garbage seeps from the cell. This is why you cannot expect, oh, I'm drinking plasma and now every day I'm going to be better. No. First, you get a little bit worse as the body starts shooting out the toxins, because now you have symptoms not only of toxic blood, but detox. And then as blood is cleaner, you feel better until the cellular hydration starts. And this is when the crap hits the roof, because the more toxic you are on cellular level, the more toxins are going to be flooding your blood and making your blood more toxic than ever. And all the symptoms exacerbate, and people say, oh, you see, salt is not good. You see, I'm feeling worse. Well, you're feeling worse because you are detoxifying finally. When body detoxifies, it heals itself. It repairs its vibration, and this is healing. You cannot heal my body with medication. Medication is toxic. Body only heals on its own power when it's cleaned and provided with enough plasma so it can do the cleaning. This is why Jesus said, keep your temple clean. Your robot is your temple. Okay, my friends. If you are lost, don't know what to do, get Self-Healers Protocol. If you are in a position you cannot afford it, then just let me know. I'll send it to you for free. It's a digital document. God bless us all. I love you, and see you next time. Namaste.